is back, and so is NFL Primetime, again on ESPN+. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman. So glad you could be with us. We love doing the show. We love showing you football. And a change this year. Our good buddy, one of my best friends, Tom Jackson, with all the travel every week with things going on with COVID, etc., and trying to do the show remote with him and me here, we together, and mostly Tommy, figured it wasn't fair to the fans. So we miss Tom. We know he's watching, but I only work with defensive players. So we figured we'd get a young man with 2 Super Bowl rings, a guy that knows the trenches, a guy that sees the field even slightly from above the field, and you know where I'm getting at. Booger McFarland. Welcome. Tampa Bay, Indianapolis Colts, welcome.
Glad to be here, Boom. Looking forward to it. TJ, appreciate you letting me hold the chair down.
You ready to do
Let's do it, baby.
We're happy that who knew this day would even come
Absolutely.
2 months ago, right?
Yep.
Who was the MVP last year? I'm old. I forget these things.
Lamar Jackson.
Hey, let's start with him. Baltimore Ravens, who ended the year with 12 straight regular season wins. Their last regular season loss to the Cleveland Browns in the big crab cake. You don't think they forgot that? They did not. John Harbaugh, his team said, now, we got amends to make. So, Baker Mayfield, Brown, Stefanski, new coach, right away, but Calais Campbell already making his presence felt.
Little zone blitz, he dropped back, tipped the football. Baker Mayfield never saw him. Great play there by Calais Campbell.
And Marlon Humphrey with the pick. So Calais Campbell, one of the outstanding defensive ends, makes his presence felt. Now, here's Jackson pitch to Mark Ingram. Look at, maybe got a little too excited.
Well, you got to realize Greg Roman has been in the lab all offseason, cooked up a little option play down the field.
Well, but they can cook this up. Lamar Jackson, his tight end, Mark Andrews. What a catch that was. Look, Ma, one hand.
And ode to Odell Beckham Jr. If you can do it, I can do it better, and I'm a tight end.
He's a good one, and it's 7-0 Ravens. Then the Browns punting on 4th and 4. No, it's a fake. Jamie Gillen, a good idea, but hey, it's a fumble. And the Ravens recover at the 26. It leads to a field goal. It's 10-0. Now 10-6. Ravens starting at their own 1. Remember, they start this drive on their own 1. Now they're up to the 37. Who says Lamar Jackson can't lead long drives? Here you go. Marquise Brown, 21-yard gain. Now, later in the drive, 3rd and 4. It's slamming Willie Snead, and all of a sudden, they're inside the 5.
You love to see Lamar sitting in the pocket, reading the defense, throwing an accurate pass.
And then there's second-round pick, Ohio State rookie there. High on him, J.K. Dobbins. Dobbs his way into the end zone, a 99-yard drive. Only second time in franchise history they've done it. 17-6 Baltimore. 34 seconds to go in the half. Whoop! And the sling to Brown for 20 yards. 9 seconds left. 3rd and goal. Where's my tight end? There he is. Andrews, 9 yards.
You figure at some point, he's throwing to the tight end. Somebody cover him, and they don't.
24-6 at the half, but the Ravens kept their foot on the accelerator. 3rd quarter. On 3rd down. Lamar from the pocket to Andrews, 21 yards. Another catch. Man, he's got this down.
If you're going to play the tight end man-to-man, he's going to go to him all day long, Boom.
Now later in the drive, another 3rd down play. Oh, it's slamming Willie Snead for a touchdown, 19 yards. The Ravens quote the Browns nevermore in this stadium, at least not this season. The Ravens roll them 38-6, 20-25, 3 touchdowns, 275. Running for 45 was Lamar Jackson.
Man, they got top 2, not 2 in the league right now at tight end. He made my job way easier. You know, if it's a DB guarding him, safety, linebacker, it don't really matter. You know, he gonna do a great job at getting open, and he gonna score a touchdown 9 times out of 10. So that's my guy. He made my job a lot easier, for sure.
The guy's incredible. He was incredible last year. You know, to me, he's obviously the best player in the world, and you know his arm reflects that, and it reflected it last year, and it's this year as well.
While the Ravens rolling, Buffalo, big expectations this year in Western New York for Josh Allen of the Bills as they host the New York Jets. Allen, we know he can run, but sometimes, Bradley McDougald falls on the fumble, recovers it, Jets take over. But here we go, Josh. and he can waltz in here, Booger.
Offensive coordinator Brian Daboll, a great design play. It's a walk-in, and let the big man spike it. Give him some love.
Yeah, Ryan Bates, 71, circling one wagon. Now Allen makes Marcus May miss and picks up a nice gain. And they're very high on their rookie running back, Zach Moss. And give Allen time like this. Where is he? There you go. 14-0 Buffalo. Second quarter, same score. Up the gut on 4th and 1. We've seen him do that.
Design run. Josh Allen doesn't get into the game until he gets hit. They're getting him hit early, Boom.
3rd and 10. Stephon Diggs, welcome to Buffalo. He caught 8 balls as a first-time Buffalo Bill. Allen, screen. John Brown. What do you mean? The Bills have a lot of weapons? Wait a minute. This is Buffalo. 21-0 Buffalo. Le'Veon Bell runs a route. A.J. Klein pushes him on his way down. Bell, Payne, grabbing Hammy. Be a lot of that, you would think, in September, huh?
No training camp, but it was good to see Le'Veon Bell split out, using him as a pass catcher.
He didn't return to the game. Meanwhile, the Jets trying to hang in. Sam Darnold, Jameson, Manhattan, Clam, Crowder. Bowls into the end zone, and it's 21-10.
Maybe the only thing the Bills D did wrong all day, a lot of missed tackles. Expect to see that during the first part of the season with no training camp.
The Jets near midfield, but the Bills defense is going to be their calling card. Chris Herndon screen, but it's stripped. Jordan Poyer, one of their fine safeties, makes the play, and the Bills recover. Milano had an interception, and Buffalo circling one wagon at a time. Don't get ahead of yourselves, Bills. But a nice start, a division win, 27-17, 33 of 46 for Allen throwing the ball. Well, there is a team that often, every year wins the AFC East, and that would be, but wait a minute, it's the New England Patriots. But we know that Tom Brady's in Tampa, and this is Cam Newton for Bill Belichick now. Bill remembers the final regular season game last year. Ryan Fitzpatrick, final seconds, Mike Gesicki. It changed everything, changed seeding, and the Patriots lost to Tennessee in the playoffs the next week. But Fitzy was the culprit. That was last year, and here he is back. So how would they use Cam? The way you thought they might use him, right, Booger?
Empty formation, spread him out, and allow Cam Newton to find a hole.
Well, near the goal, you know he is Mr. Red Zone.
Maybe the best red zone, short yardage runner we have in our league, and just a great play design by Josh McDaniels. 59th career rushing touchdown. That's extending his own record for quarterback, which will be extended much as we watch the way they played at Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick, Cam Newton, and the Patriots. Now, Cam, yeah, you think this was designed at all? Huh? If you're going to play man-to-man against the New England Patriots, you have to account for the quarterback because he is their most dangerous runner, and he showed it there.
Well, the play reviewed, it stood 14-3 New England. Same score. N'Keal Harry's going to go in for a touchdown, except, at the one. Jerome Baker made a good play at number 55, goes in the end zone, the touchback.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry was getting ready to reach the ball. Bill Belichick has a rule, don't reach, protect it. He didn't, and he fumbled.
Fundamentals for New England, fundamentals. 4th and 2 down, 14-3, Fitzy. Stephon Gilmore is going to get flagged for pass interference. Doesn't happen that often.
No, especially for the reigning defensive player of the year.
Next play. Did I say Fitzy and Mike Gesicki? Oh, the Patriots going, no, really? Deja vu all over again. That's 17 yards. And now they're in the red zone. And Jordan Howard's going to get a left tackle in the end zone. It's 14-9. Miami's going to go for 2. Look, Fitzy went to school at Harvard. He studied up and said, you know what? When the book says this is what's open, that's a 2-point conversion. 14-11. We have a ball game. But 4th down, New England's going to go for it. And what do you think they're going to do?
Give it to Cam Newton. You do not account for the quarterback in the running game. You have to put an extra guy, and they didn't, Boom.
Tony Trinitron Michel into the end zone for a touchdown. And all smiles on the sideline. It's 21-11. Fitzy has a chance. Buck and a half to go. Got to make something happen down 10. But forces J.C. Jackson with the pick. New England takes over. At the end, a little in the face of Cam and, division rivals. And although Cam doesn't know from this division, This is all new to him, but it separated, nothing.
Yeah, a little extracurricular. Nothing wrong with that early.
The hockey referees didn't call any penalties on it. Everybody went, and so in the end, New England wins 21-11 as Cam threw for 155, but 19 carries, 75 yards. Patriots ran for 217. Bill Belichick, you know what? On the ground, I think he's pleased.
Without fans there, can you compare it to anything else that you've experienced in your football life?
Practice. This is the new normal, and I think it's time for everybody, including myself, to realize this is what it's like. I think it hit me full circle today, and for me to just kind of realize that I'm a New England Patriot, and I'm just going to embrace this whole moment.
First of all, the contrast between Bill and Cam is classic, all right? Second, Cam could come to New England and wear it, but you can wear it well, as Rod Stewart once sang. You're not surprised that this is how he's used, at least first out of the gates, are you?
Well, the biggest thing we wondered was Cam Newton going to be healthy? And once he showed us that he was healthy, Josh McDaniels did an outstanding job of designing an offense. Passing game, short, intermediate passes, nothing deep down the field. But when it came to the run game, you saw some design runs for Cam Newton, 13 design runs. So you add that to Sony Michel and how they run the football, the play-action pass, you saw an offense that can be very, very good, boom, and it's very conservative. They're never going to score 40 points, but what they're going to have is a ball control offense. Cam Newton is going to run the football, and they're going to pound you, and their defense is always going to be good.
You know the mark of great coach, and Bill is as great as there's ever been. What do we have? How do we best use it? Not this is how we do it. This isn't going to fit. No. It always fits with him.
Well, that's always the mark of a good coach. I'm not going to go into saying I'm going to do it a certain way. I'm going to take what you do best, and I'm going to accentuate you, show your positives off, and minimize the negatives. And that's what they did. They could have easily come out and said, you know what, Cam Newton, you tried to beat Tom Brady, but they didn't. And that's good on Josh McDaniels and good on Bill Belichick. Let's use what Cam Newton can do. Now, here's the question. Is he going to stay healthy all 16 games to run the ball that way?
Well, they'll have to ad-lib going forward. Right. But he makes all the throws. They love his work ethic, his leadership. He's a team captain. So why don't we go to the NFC Norris division,
Let's
all right?
do it.
Because everybody was going mano-y-mano, and that starts with Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions. They are home against the Chicago Bears. Well, David Montgomery, Chicago Lions. And Jamie Collins was Patriot, said, ref, look, they can't lead like this. Now, it reminds me of Djokovic in the tennis, but here's the rule. You touch the ref, you're out.
He's a veteran player. Jamie Collins knows better. You can't touch the referee. You may not like the call, but it's the correct call.
So it's a 6-6 game, and Collins is gone. And the youngster, DeAndre Swift, you would figure, well, he's pretty swift here, but hit in the end zone. And the Lions, they lead 13-6. Remember, they ended the season with a 9-game losing streak, although Stafford was hurt for almost all those games. First and goal from the third quarter. T.J. Hawkinson is a budding star at tight end.
Just a great throw by Stafford. Hawkinson had no choice but to catch it. Stafford put it right on him.
And it's great to see Matt Stafford back. They're always in games with him. Now, it's 23-6, Detroit. Mitchell Trubisky, a lot of raised eyebrows, but here's Jimmy Graham, one of his new weapons.
They got 15 tight ends on the roster. He threw it to one of them, a 50-50 ball. Jimmy Graham paying dividends early.
Tight end eligible, Trubisky, Javon Wims, and with a whim for the end zone, all of a sudden a blowout is 23-20. The Lions lead down to 3, 2:45 to go. Stafford, across the middle, tipped, doink. Kyle Fuller has it, Chicago.
Great play by Eddie Jackson, reading the quarterback's eyes, tip ball, and that defense paying dividends again for the Bears.
So after the 2-minute warning, remember, Bears, magical Mitch. Is he magical or is he tragical? He is magical. Anthony Miller, that's beautiful all the way around.
Outstanding play design, slot fade, giving the quarterback more room to the outside. Great throw by Trubisky.
Now 11 seconds to go in the game, and Detroit, they always are close at the end, and they've won it. Oh, DeAndre Swift, this time he couldn't hold on. So you've scored once, but it didn't go in, and so you know it's hard to do it twice.
You can't.
And Stafford's going to try, looking for Marvin Jones. Oh, and once again, the Lions, I feel for the fan. This is what they've lived, so they're in it. But a big comeback by Mitch Trubisky, Bears.
Trubisky started slow, played well, giving his coach a lot of credit for making him the starting quarterback.
Yes, he backed up his coach,
Yes,
Matt Nagy.
yes.
Now, Aaron Rodgers, I wonder, does he play with a chip on his shoulder just a little bit?
I thought he was over the hill.
Well, what hill would that be? Well, they're in Minnesota, where obviously, and that's the family of George Floyd. What a classy gesture, more than a gesture by the Minnesota Vikings, to have them in the house as the Vikings host the Packers. And early on, the Vikings said, you know what? We're going to make those guys, we're going to make them proud of us, because Aaron Rodgers can't find an open man on 3rd and goal. Aaron Jones is stuffed. And then on 4th and goal, they're going to go for it. And Devontae Evans, nope, they can't connect. Matt LaFleur, no. So Minnesota, a lot of new guys on defense, but big goal line stand. Kirk Cousins dropping back. That was Jair Alexander.
Anytime you have a corner on the short side, he coming off, you have to be aware. Kirk Cousins should know that he didn't sack.
7-5 Green Bay leads. Now it's 8-7. A lot of home runs in this game. Roger, speaking of home runs, please. Rodgers to Adams, touchdown.
There's not many quarterbacks in the league that can make that throw. Maybe only one, and that's the guy we just saw.
That's, by the way, if you're wondering, would he do it again, stay tuned. Cousins, picked up by Alexander, and we're going to say it, from Louisville, Tommy. Huge first half for Jair Alexander. Now, the Pack. Watch this. Seconds left. Excuse me if we've seen this before. Whoa, at the end of the half to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Aaron Rodgers, you're kidding me.
Just a great throw. MVS stacked the DB on his backside, and Aaron Rodgers laid in the basket.
Packers lead 22-10 at half. Now, Rodgers, Valdez-Scantling. Hello! 39 yards. And a play later, Adams. Yeah, well, we don't have any receivers except Devontae Adams. So guess what? Why don't I throw to him 14 times for 156? Now, Cousins, can Minnesota get in the game? Oh, what a feeling. Adams dancing on the Thielen. Cousins, Thielen. Vikings go for 2. Get it. 29-18, maybe. Or maybe not, says Aaron Rodgers. Look at the throw to Allen Lounge Lazard for a huge first, a gain of 38. Now, 2nd and goal. Rodgers, you did that much of the work. Where's my man Allen? Lazard. Slithers in like a lizard. He's good everywhere, Aaron Rodgers. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Was it fun watching this? It was unreal.
It was great watching Aaron Rodgers, especially they talk about the old man over the hill. He showed us, you know what? There's a little bit more left in the tank.
Over what hill? So you see the numbers for Aaron Rodgers, 364, 14 of them to Devontae Adams, and the Green Bay Packers swept Vikings last year. Look, these are the 2 playoff teams from the division. Packers won the division because they could handle the Vikings. They did it again. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not going anywhere.
One of the strangest experiences that I've had in the NFL, to be in a stadium like this and to have memories of some really rocking time. I think about last year, we're playing for the division, just how electric that atmosphere was. I wanted to bring the energy and let the guys know this was an amp up time, and that things are going to be moving faster, and more important, the urgency's got to go up. It's not training camp anymore. This is the real deal. And even though we don't have fans, it counts. And every game matters.
Bring the energy. He did that. Look, we've seen this forever, and we shouldn't be amazed. We're not amazed, are we?
We're not. I mean,
right?
There's some people out there that are amazed. If you go back to last year, Boone, remember Matt LaFleur is coming in. He and Aaron Rodgers aren't on the same page. Fast forward to this year, you draft Jordan Love. Everybody's talking about Aaron Rodgers is over the hill. Jordan Love is going to be the quarterback. Not so fast. Aaron Rodgers showed us today he's still one of the more talented quarterbacks in this league. The throws he made, the accuracy, and we all question the weapons that they have in Green Bay. We know about Adams, MVS, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, the running back Jones. They have weapons, and as long as Aaron Rodgers plays at an MVP level, which he did today, they'll be just fine in Green Bay.
Well, I mean, the division only, he's the standout. Maybe.
Yes.
By the way, all the MVP discussion, obviously with Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson, and Russell Wilson, just leave the door open. Anything,
a little crack.
Anything is possible for him. Now, Now, we have the defending NFC champ who clobbered the Packers twice, including the championship game. The San Francisco 49ers hosting Arizona. Levi Stadium with the smoke, good enough to play, but we think of everyone out there, man, that's what a year 2020 has been and continues to be. Kyler Murray. Well, never mind. Jimmy Garoppolo. Raheem Mostert in the library with the candlestick. He's also in the end zone. It's 10-0. Isaiah Simmons beat on the play. You're going to look at this. You're going to learn. However, special teams would be, in this month it's going to be interesting. Dennis Gardeck recovers the block punt by Ezekiel Turner.
A theme we saw throughout the day, special teams, especially block punt. Special teams are behind offense and defense.
Well, so the Cardinals, that's a big break. Murray, Chase Edmonds. What? He's in there. Touchdown. It's a 10-7 game.
They get rid of David Johnson so they can accentuate that guy. Chase Edmonds fits this offense better.
13-10, San Francisco, fourth quarter at the 22. Kyler Murray, watch it. Whoop, 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 whoop. And what? He's electric.
He's a dual-threat quarterback. Only runs when he has to, and today he did a nice job of it.
17-13 now. 8 minutes to go, 8.5 to go. Jimmy G. Jerick McKinnon, been out of football a couple years. Good to see him. 5-yard touchdown, 20-17 San Francisco. Really good game. Murray now. Time. And against that front, that's saying something. Now buys more. Look at him scramble. Whoop, get down. No one said he wasn't smart. He gets down, and later in the drive, 3rd and 6. Murray. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have DeAndre Hopkins along with Larry. Well, hello. And he's in the end zone. They rule it down at the 1. 14 catches, 151.
Showing why he's the best receiver in football. Deshaun Watson wishes he was still in Houston.
Next play, Kenyon Drake, who was a big pickup last year, started rolling with him. And the Cardinals retake the lead, 24-20. Just before the 2-minute warning. Tevin Coleman, a lot wondered because of his medical condition with the air. He decided to play, runs for a first down. Tick, 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 47 seconds. Garoppolo, buying time. Fires. Byron Murphy Jr. breaks it up, intended for Trent Taylor. Now 4th down. They got to convert. Garoppolo for Taylor, and that's just nice by Murphy Jr.
Without a doubt, but that ball's got to be to the outside. Jimmy's got to give his guy a chance to make the play, and he didn't. Good pass breakup, though, by Murphy.
Well, this is a big win. I mean, this division, everybody could be 500 or better.
Yes.
And Arizona knocks off in their home park the defending NFC champs by the score of 24-20. Murray ran for 91 in addition to throwing for 230. We mentioned Russell Wilson before. Seahawks in Atlanta against Matt Ryan. Wilson, he was on it. Seahawks playing up-tempo all 60 minutes. Not every drive, but much more. But before the beginning of the game, both teams got together. This was a very classy way to show togetherness. And whoever was going to get the toss, kick it, with a kneel, and then we're playing football. So that's how they began the game. Russell Wilson, first time they had the ball. Chris Carson, they're down 3-0. Now, a few minutes later, Wilson, play action, rolling, Carson open, touchdown, 7-3 Seahawks.
Great play design by Brian Schottenheimer, getting Russell Wilson out of the pocket, allowing him to have an easy throw.
Late in the first quarter. Oh, no, he's not going to pitch it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, he can still do this. 28-yard rush, over 4,000 rushing yards for his career. Now in the red zone, Wilson to Carson. Yeah, some downfield blocking. Twice to Carson for touchdown.
Just being more aggressive. Don't just run Carson up the middle. Open the offense up. They're letting Russ cook right now, Boom.
They are 14-3. Todd Gurley on the Falcons. If he's anything close to what he was as a Ram, they have got themselves a different dimension.
Without a doubt. And he looked good early on. They just need to feed him the football a lot more in this offense.
They missed the extra point. It's 14-9 Seattle. Under 8 minutes to go, second quarter. How about Jamal Adams? Whoa! Did he make his presence felt? The traded for safety from the Jets.
May have been the best player on the field today. 12 tackles and a sack. He showed you that he was worth every draft pick they sent.
Coming on the blitz, playing some D. Now Wilson. DK Metcalf. You think last year was interesting with him? Wait till you see this year. That was a 4th down play home run.
If you're going to play in man-to-man, he stacks the DB on his back. And Russell, the best deep ball thrower in the NFL, made another one.
He does it so beautifully. 21-12. Falcons, 4th down, but they fumble it on a fake punt. And there you go, to your point, Booger. Seattle recovers inside the 40, and with an offense that's rolling, that's Greg Olsen. Now, to quote Pete Carroll, I think we found something in the paint with Greg Olsen. And, they've been looking for that.
Yeah.
That's yet another type of weapon. And the Seahawks look very impressive. The first time with flying and the testing and a 10 a.m. West Coast time start. And they did the job at 38-25. And Russell Wilson completed. He was 31 of 35 on this day. He's magical, too.
Russell played well. I just love the way the offense was in rhythm. It wasn't run up the middle, run left. It was explosive. It was screens. It was throwing the football down the field. They had a variety of plays in this offense.
Now, they have at safety triumvirate now with Jamal Adams, the big trade. And we saw him there. Talk about what he's made along with Diggs, who came over last year, and Marquise Blair, who's a youngster. But Jamal Adams was a headliner to you.
Well, he's the best safety in football, and when you understand what they're lacking, no Jadeveon Clowney right now in Seattle. He's in Tennessee. So where are they going to get their pass rush from? They're going to be able to blitz some of those safeties you speak of. You saw Jamal Adams had a sack today. The ability to bring him down. He's not just a guy that's going to sit in center field. He's an impact guy, a guy that can make plays. He's a playmaker. And when you look at the way that this defense normally played, which is back 3-deep zone, they're going to be a lot more aggressive because they have one of the better playmakers on the defensive side of the football in this league.
Nobody's yet can compare this because last year they had trouble back there. Look, they were built from the back up when they won a Super Bowl in 2013 and almost won a Super Bowl in 2014. But they certainly have taken a couple of steps toward back up with what they have with the safeties.
Without a doubt, the attitude, the playmaking ability. It's not the Legion of Boom.
Right.
But when you understand how Pete and defensive coordinator Ken Norton want to play, how they want to dictate to your offense with their defense, they have a guy that can do that now.
They have some guys that can bring some boom. And I'm not talking about myself, all right? Now, are they really the Las Vegas Raiders? Yes, they are. Look at your old coach, Las Vegas Raiders. They're in Carolina against Matt Golden Rule, come out of college where he was quite a coach, but now here he is. Meanwhile, Christian McCaffrey. Well, okay, so that's Derek Carr to Henry Ruggs. Is that the youngster? Yes, it is. Third quarter. Okay, we've had some fun, but that was Aguilar. Derek Carr to Josh Jacobs. Josh had an earlier touchdown. We took out one more play than I thought we were. That's behind-the-scenes TV, okay? This is Josh Jacobs, and, well, he made his mark last year, didn't he?
We talk about Christian McCaffrey being a dual-threat back. Josh Jacobs does the same thing for the Oakland Raiders.
And like we said, Matt Golden Rule. Golden Rule is give it to him.
Anytime you want to. 1,000 guy last year could be on pace to do it again, Boom.
Look, the Raiders had a lead 27-15. It's now 27-22. Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, yeah, to Robbie Anderson. You know he can fly. They're not going to get him, even though they try right here. It's a little late. They go for a two-point conversion, make it, and Carolina's come from way back to lead 30-27. 4 minutes to go. Josh Jacobs, third time in the end zone, touchdown. They lead 34-30. Fourth and inches from the 46. Carolina. Can we get a first down and keep going? Minute to go. Alex Arma.
How did we not give it to McCaffrey?
Look, we're going to measure. Look what happens, Booger. He didn't get it by an Arma. An Arma and a length. He was just short. And the Raiders. Carr over Bridgewater. A game that turned out to be quite something. Carolina 34-30. So Las Vegas, who we'll see on the next Monday night. We're going to open up the new stadium on Monday Night Football, and they come as a 1-0 team. And boy, Vegas likes winners, don't they? They certainly like winners. Now, the first time ever that we have had two 40-year-olds play against each other, 43 and 41. They have thrown for over 95 miles combined. Did you hear me? 95 miles. Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Brady for the Bucs. Tampa Bay Bucs. I'll really believe it when I see him in the creamsicle. The first completion for Tampa Bay was to Chris Godwin. Look at Tom. He's running it in, Booger.
Tom's been doing this for years. He sees a crease there between the defensive tackles. He gooses the center, and he sneaks it in the end zone.
So now, Drew Brees said, you want me to run? Well, I could, but we just paid this guy, like the other day, a lot of money. Alvin Candide Kamara, touchdown. We're tied at 7.
Vita Vea saw the screen, but he couldn't get Kamara. Nice play call there by Sean Payton.
Now, Brady. Uh-oh. Now, what happened on this? It's picked up by Marcus Williams.
Brady gets the interception, but that really should go to Mike Evans. Mike Evans stopped at the top of the route. Brady is a rhythm timing thrower. He let it go. Easy pick there for the Saints.
Now, the Saints first to goal, Kamara. Wow. Does he scoot or what? Touchdown, 17-7 at the half. Third quarter. Brady. Uh-oh, anticipating it's Janoris Jenkins. Is this 3 straight games he's thrown a pick six? I hate to say it. It is.
And Tom Brady late on the out route. That ball's got to be thrown to the outside. He throws it inside. Easy pick six for the guy they call Jackrabbit.
Well, Saints lead 24-7, but Brady goes, okay, look, we think I'm going to hang my head? No, I'm going to hang it to O.J. Howard. Touchdown. That's his first Buccaneer touchdown. 24-14, we got a ball game. Now 24-17. Drew Brees, fourth quarter. Pumps, then throws. Jared Cook. He's been good for a long time.
Talk about the weapons they have in New Orleans. The defensive back paid attention to somebody else's business, and Dean cooked him.
Now to Sanders. Oh, yeah, he's in there. Was Niner, was Bronco. Now Saint, 31-17. Thomas Morstead kicks it down the field. Special teams. Oh, it's a fumble. Was about to go out of bounds.
This is inexcusable. If you're the Buccaneer guy, put 1 foot out of bounds, 1 foot in bounds, and when you can catch the ball and it's still your ball.
Well, Buccaneers fumble, but then Brady has the ball. It's a first down. Brady to Evans. Oh, is that nice or what? 34-23. They tried an onside kick. Saints get ball. That's the flip to Taysom Hill to Kamara. There's a lot of speedy guys involved with that play, especially the last two.
Just great play design there by Sean Payton.
38 yards. Now Kamara. Yes, sir. Zips in. Third touchdown of the day for him. A review, though. They call it back. Yeah, and correctly so.
Yeah.
What? Don't worry. You won. It's 34-23 in the battle that we get to see twice, at least twice a year. You know, we got Matt Ryan in the division as well. So in this game, there you see the numbers. Drew, I mean, Tom 239, Drew 160. So this wasn't what 34-23 might tell you, that it's an aerial shootout. Bruce Arians after the game for the Buccaneers.
Miscommunication between he and Mike, and he thought Mike was going down the middle. It's a different coverage. Mike read it right, and he should have bent across his face, but Tom just overthrew it. And the other one was it was a screen pass with an outlet called, and he threw the outlet, and it was a pick six. Bad decision.
Look, even the vets, it is a new team, no excuses, but we're going to see. It's going to be ironed, pressed, right, folded neatly. It's not going to be that way even for some of the best teams.
Well, if you look at a guy like Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, very, very limited offseason, and you saw it. The play that Mike Evans stopped on, Tom Brady was expecting Mike Evans to cut across the defensive back's face. Mike Evans stopped. Brady threw the football. It was a pick. And then even Brady showed some rust. The pick six by Jackrabbit.
Right.
Brady's got to throw that football to the outside. But I think what you saw from the Buccaneers, too many mistakes, special teams, turnovers, a team that hadn't been together for a long time. But if you look at the Saints, veteran team.
Yep.
They've been together for a long time. They understand each other. A little bit more continuity in New Orleans than there was in Tampa, and it showed in bits and spots throughout the game.
Yeah, New Orleans has lost the game at home to Tampa when Tampa was not, quote, this good.
Yes.
And I'm sure Sean reminded them.
Mm-hmm.
If we're such a veteran team, you remember that game?
Yep.
More like New England did with Miami? Like,
Absolutely, yes.
Like Baltimore did with Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't happening again.
No.
At least it didn't in week number one. I'll tell you what, there were some really good games from games that you wouldn't necessarily have dialed in on. The Washington hosting Philadelphia, NFC East battle, and you know the story of Coach Ron Rivera, first of all, so respected. and got an IV at halftime. Was planned as he battled, and Alex Smith being back. Of course, Ron Rivera announced he was battling cancer, and so into town comes Philadelphia and Carson Wentz and Dallas Goedert. Now, how does Philadelphia have a guy named Boston and Dallas on the team? I just don't get it. But it's 17-0. Now, Wentz. Uh-oh. Now, here it began. Fabian Moreau makes the pick, good field position.
Again, a veteran quarterback in Carson Wentz. You can't be late. He was late. Ball got picked.
Dwayne Haskins, Logan Thomas.
Former
a lot of quarterbacks,
right? Former quarterback Logan Thomas, now tight end.
Well, we'll see if he throws some as the season goes. 17-7. Wentz. Uh-oh, this land is your land. This ball is Jimmy Moreland. And Washington, the football team formerly known as Prince, is now coming back. Here comes Peyton Barber in the end zone at 17-14. Here they come. Game tied at 17-all. Washington's defense had 8 sacks. Ryan Kerrigan passes Dexter Manley, all-time franchise league. Congratulations.
2 sacks on the day. The Philadelphia Eagles offensive line was absolutely atrocious, and Washington's D-line made them pay.
4th and 1, Riverboat Ron says we're going for it. Barber gets the pitch and gets a first down. It pays off because the barbershop is open. Touchdown. 13-play drive, and Washington leads 24-17. 3.5 to go in the game. Wentz. Look out. Deron Payne strips him, sacks him. Kerrigan recovers. 8 sacks. You know what? Nobody had Washington doing much for a while. What do they do on opening day? They win 27-17.
It just goes to show you what coaching can do. Ron Rivera, outstanding job. Amidst everything he was going through, he got his team to play, especially that defensive line where they have all those first-round picks.
Well, if you don't think the Washington team is going to be very good, obviously Jacksonville has no shot this year, right? None. They're playing the Indianapolis Colts in a division at home, and it's the only game on the day that had fans. Pool was closed, though, but the fans were in there. Phillip Rivers as a Colt? Phillip Rivers? Yep. Get used to it. To Paris Campbell, 21 yards. Phillip Rivers as a Colt. Okay, to Nyheim Hines, I'll get over it. 12 yards, it's a touchdown. 7-0 Indy. Now Rivers, shotgun. And you know, during the pandemic, I hate to say it, a lot of hotels are closed. T.Y. Hilton was closed by C.J. Henderson.
New team, same Phillip Rivers, making ill-advised throws, putting his team in a bad situation.
Gardner Minshew, he's excitement every time he steps on the field. DJ, chark. It's a 6-yard touchdown. Rivers goes, you know, darn it, I could do better. And he's about to do better. Rivers, screen, Jonathan Taylor. Inside, close to the touchdown, 35-yard gain inside the 5, so Nyheim Hines. Little flare. Nice. Just goes right to the goal line.
I love the running backs that they have. Mack, Hines, Taylor, nice little trio there in Indy.
14-7. Minshew, Laviska Shenault Jr. Magnifique. Go bowling. Strike. They're having fun. Yes, they are having fun in Jacksonville. It's 14-all. Now, the little swing to James Robinson. Here comes down 20-17 the Jaguars. And then here you go. We've waited the whole highlight for it. Minshew! A touchdown to Keelan Cole. Jaguars lead 24-20. Give me a Kleenex.
I got you, Boom.
Minute left. I told you, Hilton is closed. He doesn't catch it for a first down. Minshew says, we're going to win this game. Now, maybe not yet. 4th down. Rivers to Hilton. More good defense by Henderson. Hey, give the Jags the nod. They win 27-20.
Especially their rookies. Their rookies played well today. Henderson, a couple of big pass breakups and an INT. Laviska Shenault, nice job there drafting those guys. They showed up well today, Boom.
So the Jaguars, if the playoffs began today, they might be the top seed. At any rate, now the Joe Burrow era begins in Cincinnati. Into town come the L.A. Chargers for the first time without Phillip Rivers. And there's Joe, Ohio boy, playing for the Bengals. and he looked in control. Here he is, first quarter. We know he can run. Yeah, you love these. You love these guys. From what is that school?
LSU.
Thank you.
Very similar play to what he ran at LSU. Empty formation, quarterback can pick and choose his lane. Nice job there. Nice job by Zach Taylor bringing the play, and Joe Burrow executing that play at a high level.
And so it's 7-0 Cincinnati. Now Burrow. Nice, calm, cool, collected CJ Uzoma. Down at the 20, the Bengals at the 23-yard line. Next play. Burrow's going to roll out, escape. You know, Chargers have a good rush. A little flip. Oh, that's Melvin Ingram. Well, welcome to the big boys.
He's going to learn. This is not the SEC. You can't just make those plays.
Yeah, Melvin Ingram is as good as it. He read that. He had him stuffed on the run and stuffed on the pass, right?
Absolutely.
Now, Bengals get another shot, though. Burrow to Mike Thomas, 5 yards. Next play, Zuma. That's a first down. First and goal from the 3. This is at the end of the game here. Burrow for Green. Did they get a touchdown as they trail at 16-13? Offensive pass interference.
Oh, usually if you extend that arm, the referee's going to call it. That's a tough call right there, but it is the right call once you extend that arm.
Randy Bullock at least going to tie the game and send it into overtime. Oh boy. Really? It's wide right. Why don't we just say it's wide right? We're on doing the game, doing the show when this happened, and the Burrow played well. Tyrod Taylor now the starting quarterback for the Chargers, and they get a win. So the Los Angeles Chargers, Coach Anthony Lynn, they get a win, beating Cincinnati 16-13, who certainly looked better. Well, welcome to the NFL, Joe Burrow. A win, but almost, and you know, so much depends on one or two plays we saw at the end of the game. How fast do you think, and he's a quick learner, but how fast do you think that it'll take Joe Burrow to realize the real speed of an NFL game? I mean, he's only human.
Well, the speed of the game he can feel now, but from just an understanding and maturing in an offensive standpoint, it's going to take him all season. Let's not forget, Peyton Manning played his rookie season and threw almost 30 interceptions. He struggled. The only way you get better in this league, Boom, is to go out and play. And Joe Burrow, he played well in certain situations, in others he didn't. He made some mistakes, but the Cincinnati Bengals will be better off down the road for him playing and for him making those mistakes.
No, if you're a Bengal fan, you're going, hey, that we may be onto something. Mm-hmm. You know you're onto something. Overall impressions of the first Sunday. Look, no fans for the most part. Jamal Adams said something interesting a day ago or on Saturday, saying, we'll really learn who loves football because we're not feeding off crowd. Yes. We're not feeding off a football, you know better than me, emotional game. Look, I thought overall, Booger, the play was pretty good. Actually better than I expected going into the week. Do you agree?
Well, considering things were limited throughout the season, from a spring standpoint with COVID, I thought the offense and defensive execution was high at times, but to be expected, it was inconsistent. Normally, the defense is ahead of the offense. But what we saw in certain games, we saw quarterbacks in situations, a guy like Patrick Mahomes, a guy like Drew Brees, execute at a high level at times. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't consistent enough. The veteran teams were able to make more consistent plays. The teams that didn't have familiarity, like the Buccaneers, costly mistakes at the wrong time. But the continuity, the level of play, I think Roger Goodell and everybody at 345 Park Avenue, great job. They have to be happy.
Well, I would say that for a change, that the hitting is ahead of the pitching, right? That's your point. There may be higher scoring games the first 4 or 5 weeks than usual, although, let's face it, this isn't the 70s where a high scoring game was 10-7.
No, it's not.
Welcome to the club.
Glad to be here.
Booger McFarland, Chris Berman, but we're not done because we have more games, as in Sunday Night Football, and we get to say hello to our friend, Scott Van Pelt. Dallas at the Rams in their kind of nice new digs. $5 billion worth. Scotty?
Boomer, thanks very much. The Rams and the Cowboys, the Sunday Nighter, as L.A. opens up its $5 billion home. It's a shame that it's empty for the time being. We all look forward to being back together to watch NFL football and go to movies, lots of things we'd love to be doing. But thankfully, we've got week 1 of the NFL, and the Rams with a 7-0 lead until Ezekiel puts the brakes on there. What a move. 19-yard touchdown. New tattoo on the belly reads, "Feed me." We know the familiar celebration. 7-7 game into the third quarter. The Rams trail now 14-13. Jared Goff finds Robert Woods. That was a frequent connection on this Sunday night. 6 grabs, 105 yards for Woods. Later in the drive, it's 3rd and 3. Josh Reynolds. Nice grab of a really good pass. Changed numbers from 83 and wearing 11. And the Rams now get 6 from Malcolm Brown, who is the starting running back for the Rams. Some question about who it would be. Hey, he had a couple of touchdowns. Rams take the lead. Interesting decision here from Mike McCarthy. First game in his first year with Dallas. They pass on a field goal from the 13-yard line, looking for the rookie CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. And he was stopped short of the change. Jordan Fuller makes a really nice play here. Threw it short of the sticks, and Fuller makes sure he stays there. Cowboys, though, would get the ball back. Obviously, it was plenty of time to go. And a 3rd down stop here as Jalen Ramsey, who just got that big contract extension, does a really nice job. He was not the defender on the route. You see he had the outside man, but then turns back, hits Amari Cooper, and breaks up the pass. Ramsey was involved in the most interesting and I'm sure talked about play of this game. It's 3rd and 10, late up top. It's Michael Gallup. Completion there in field goal range. Late flag comes in, and Ramsey immediately is saying he got pushed off. And there you see Gallup extend his arm, and they called it. Now, they call A.J. Green for an OPI on what would have been a touchdown for the Bengals. They call OPI there, and that was essentially it. Cowboys now, 1 timeout left. It's 4th and 20, and that's it, and that's all. The Rams in the loaded NFC West get a victory, and the Cowboys' trend of losing close games continues. They've lost 7 of their last 8 one-score games. Prescott and Elliott not able to lead a comeback. Again, you wonder how much McCarthy will regret passing on that field goal early 4th. Rams start the season 1-0.
Well, thank you. And let's not overlook, Booger, the biggest picture of them all. We're playing football in September, and we have a really good chance to make it a long way. Yeah. I don't want to say, dare I say it, yeah, why not? We have a really good chance to make it all the way to the Super Bowl in Tampa. And see that smile of yours? See, that's what we hope you've enjoyed this show as much as we have bringing it to you.